I heard about Hansen from my acupuncturist. All I can say is that it was a powerful experience.
It's not describable in words what I went through.
It was exponential.
It was incredible. It was amazing.
Amazing, truly amazing.
And then there was peace. It was just amazing. It was just complete peace.
And there was a sense of calmness, and I feel very, very much at peace now.
I just feel good and at peace.
I felt a lot of energy coming through me, but I also felt just an overwhelming sense of peace. It was just beautiful. It's blissful. So,
How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling great. Yeah. Really good.
It's a blessing, really.
It was incredible.
Over 25 years ago, I discovered essential information about ourselves as human beings that was unknown to society. I had been interested in science throughout my early life, and in college I majored in psychology with a focus on the overlap between bio and psych. As a scientist, I was interested in the physiological basis for our behavior. But the study of psychology didn't hold the answers I sought. I grew disillusioned with the limitations of science, and upon graduating began to seriously study the craft of acting. It was there that I realized I was learning more about behavior through behaving than through the objective study of behavior. It was in acting class that I was introduced to the concept of truth with a capital T. There was nothing spiritual about it. It was us, the way we were meant to be. Class was a laboratory to learn to identify, experiment with, and develop truthful behavior and expression. Outside of class, I noticed that the world was full of truth, yet people failed to recognize it because it's not a part of our societal learning at any point in our lives. The insights from acting were initially so profound that it was not just about learning a craft, but it was a way of life through the ability to behave with embodiment. This developed sense of truth became a guide toward exploring the human condition through other varied practices, modalities, and systems that engaged the human being in differing ways and toward different goals, but all producing game-changing results outside the common knowledge of society. What I found was that every practice I studied had significant insights that would advance each other, yet no sharing of information between them. For example, psychology and acting are disparate fields of study across major societal divide, and yet have no intellectual relationship to each other as interrelated disciplines. Psychologists don't talk to actors or acting teachers. Acting teachers and actors don't talk to psychologists in order to advance their common understanding of what's really going on with the human being. And that's a crucial mistake, is the compartmentalizing of information. I discovered that all these practices I was exploring had particular traits in common. They were all involved with the development of awareness of differing kinds and the integration of mind and body in differing ways. So I made this my concentration. I made this my focus, to develop awareness across the spectrum of awareness and to develop mind and body integration across the spectrum of what that could be. After a decade of development, I realized that the information and perspective I had gathered was entirely unique in the world, and being comprised of individually game-changing influences, it in and of itself was game-changing in a way that was compounded by its individual components. I began to realize that I had an overarching philosophical framework through which to understand and interpret all fields of human study. I named my work Wisdom Through Awareness and Mind-Body Integration, which I also call Wambi Exploration. Wambi is more than a practice. Because of the way that it develops awareness and the results that we are able to see from it, it has broad implications for the philosophy of our lives as human beings and our place in the world. Wambi works across the human being on all levels of organization as a singular, interconnected, intelligent complex. And it is the first time in our history that we are able to bring all of these things together in a fully functional and fully realized way. So I hope you enjoy what you're going to experience. It's very difficult to talk about, very difficult to explain. However, it is explainable, and more importantly, it's practical and it's doable. I'd like to make the distinction that what you're about to experience on Sunday is not Wambi, in the sense that Wambi is a larger philosophy and practice of development and training. What you're about to experience is the culmination within me of particular aspects of Wambi. I have reservations about calling this work healing work, but there is undeniably extreme therapeutic value to what this work is, in ways that we have never seen before previously, because nothing we've ever developed has ever engaged all levels of organization and simultaneously. I'm going to try to encapsulate what this is. Wambi exploration is an awareness-based philosophy and practice which develops the senses, perceptions, and feelings to engage the intelligent, self-regulating systems upon systems of the human being toward unprecedented levels of health, happiness, and potential in all aspects of life and ability. I hope you enjoy your session, and I hope you also understand that this is just the beginning. This is just a sample of what this work is and where it can go. Thank you.
And my mind got really quiet, which never really happens, certainly not in meditation.
I felt movement inside of me and clearing of energies and issues. I just began to weep.
I just had this burst of emotions. I could feel like the tightness in my head, and as if like, my head is going to burst, and then it all came out. And it just came out. I howled, I cried, and I really don't do that.
I could feel the energy moving within and then out.
So you feel like you purged.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. And I had these thoughts about I'm fearless, I'm healed, I'm liberated, I'm free, and I don't know why those thoughts, how did even I get those thoughts? And then I just had a lot of positivity going on. That's all. I went into the session with that intention. I am ready for change, whatever that change might be. But I didn't expect that the change would be so positive, and I'll be so happy.
There's a level of change that has freed me in a sense that lets me move on with my life in the way that I know I'm supposed to do.
I felt just a sense of just starting from here, like not bringing, all of the noise from the past or what's going to happen later on, even today or in the future. It was just, I'm just going to allow this moment to be and just experience what is coming through right now and just feel my way into this, and it was just beautiful. It was blissful.
It was a dramatic shift from like when I sat down and then when I got up. Like when I sat down, I saw like gray vision, and then like when I opened my eyes and I started walking, like everything was like literally in high def, like vivid and colorful and lively. That's the best way to put it. Like it was incredible.